first YouTube video for this this little journey of mine. And I'm going to be, the reason for me making this is just to create a mini docuseries on the journey of me creating this brand, specifically the clothing side of my brand, the hybrid elite apparel, but also an overall personal brand and just everything along the way. But with this, hopefully we get to just see exactly what it's like to start from the ground up and where things are eventually going to go, and just all the lessons I've learned in between now and where I will be, in future tense. So, I got a couple notes to kind of track on, make sure we keep this thing short and precise, or concise is a word, and get to expose a little bit more about where my mindset is right now, where things are right now, and just kind of come to terms on where I'm looking to go in the future. But overall, why decide now? What's the reason for building a brand now, starting this particular brand, and what's my goal with it? If I had to say why now, well, I would say I've had a few experiences in the past year that has prevented me to be the best version of who I needed to be, meaning mentally, physically, financially, socially, literally everything, So it took a moment, took a little while in my life to kind of come to that humility, humbling experience, but it's something that I'm currently going through, and something that eventually I will turn around, because now, when you're back against the wall, what are you gonna do, right? For me, just find my way out of it. So that's where mine started to scramble, started going back to ideas that I haven't touched in a long time, and I don't have that mindset of scarcity anymore. It's not something that I fear doing or even fear achieving. So now it's all guns blazing, making friends, networking, getting with as many people as possible, and seeing exactly how far this thing can go, and just enjoy the journey along the way. And of course, business, of course. It's the best part of it, But hybrid. I came up with the word hybrid because it's the training style that I usually approach when working out. I do martial arts, I do calisthenics, tricking, which is like flipping and things that matter, gymnastics. I like to expose myself to the farthest spectrum of where things are, doing not just the simple basic stuff, but doing everything but. Going to the high extent, being a high performing individual, and doing things that other people may seem or deem risky, right? So, boxing, kickboxing, tricking, flipping, gymnastics, martial arts, sparring, all those things are things I get excited about. So all the things that I like to do naturally. But at the same time, meeting with different people, connecting with different people, just being able to speak to them and seeing exactly why they train, I got an idea of why other individuals train, but also I start to get a glimpse of what they're looking to do. Most people I speak with calisthenics, they want to do some type of martial arts, some type of boxing, some type of kickboxing, and vice versa. People who do, martial arts or weightlifting or bodybuilding, they want to do some type of calisthenics because it just looks cool and different things like that. Some people who are doing weightlifting or bodybuilding, they want to do some type of flips, tricks, whatever it may be, just to reach an entire different pinnacle of athleticism. And with this, it got my mind thinking of, I can't be the only individual who's looking to train like this. My mindset isn't that unique. And I know there's other individuals who want to do those type of things, who are craving to do those type of things, and maybe they don't have the resources, maybe they don't have the people, or maybe they just don't have the knowledge or the gear altogether to be able to execute on it. And so my intention is to build this for those individuals, for people like me, to find people like me. As selfishly as that is, that's my intended purpose for this. Now, my goal for this entire company, business, however you want to put it, is two-part. One is to be able to build a strong community and to be able to have a gym that people can train at and do all those things. But the second part is to also have the apparel for them to wear and feel comfortable and, well, look good while doing it. So the main mission for Hybrid, even Hybrid Elite, is to find individuals and to build a community of strong, well-rounded, high-performing athletes, and to not only push them to their maximum, but also to make them be in clothes and be able to look in the mirror and just feel proud about the progress that they made over time, and to be around individuals like themselves who are looking to do, well, again, the extreme side of the spectrum, to do more than just the bare minimum and just the basics. And so that's my goal, that's my intention, that's my mission behind Hybrid Elite, is to find those individuals like myself. And over time, obviously, you know, it's gonna take a minute. It's not gonna be simple, it's not gonna be easy, but I think it's gonna be fun nevertheless, you know, for not only myself, but for other individuals like me, right? So hopefully you're that person. Hopefully you're the individual who's looking to do more and to push yourself far beyond what you're doing right now. But, you know, that's nevertheless what I'm going for. And right now, I mean, you can see the stage that we're starting at. Obviously, I'm revamping social media, rebranding, doing a couple different things that is gonna be required to make the most amount of progress. And, you know, I'm meeting people, learning different things, whether it be about marketing, social media, things that matter. And just being exposed to that type of individuals allows me to just get a full, clear picture of where I want to be long term. So, you know, right now, we could just take a look around to see exactly where we are in the immediate moment. Obviously, this is the area. You know, this is where the work is going to be happening for the far, I won't say far future, but the solid near future. I'm be putting as much work into these products as possible. You know, I like doing things to the highest degree, which means servicing other people. You know, if I'm providing a product or a service, I'm gonna do it to the highest extent, above and beyond, and leave no room for, you know, error if possible. But of course, getting feedback along the way and seeing exactly where I can improve at, because that perfectionist mindset in me is, it's always working, it's always on the go. So, I mean, just take a look around. Obviously, we got a couple of different samples right here, you know, taking a couple of different hoodies that we're working on right now, at least I'm working on. And just being able to see what styles I like, what I don't like for the pre-sale that's coming up. Obviously, pressing machines. I actually just got a couple of new samples for, I haven't even opened these yet. A couple of t-shirts, so I get to see exactly what these look like a little later. And a couple of links, no big deal. But I do like the material on it. It's like a little stretchy, but also has a nice, good, you know, snug fit to it, which is what I really like, honestly. But yeah, just a couple samples over here. Obviously, we got material that will be used, a couple of things I'll throw in through the packages while I'm sending them out to individuals. Concepts that I'm working on right now, obviously this is the similar hoodies to over there, but the jackets for spring is what I'm now focusing on, my attention's on. Winter, obviously we're pushing out more of the warmer clothes, right? And then of course, receipts, tagging machines, how we send things out, things that matter. Nothing too complex right now. Obviously, again, I'm doing all this by myself, along with my family, you know, in this nice little cozy spot on the 3rd floor, and just seeing exactly, you know, how much we can do, what's the max amount of production we can do just by ourselves, and then after that, you know, ideally push it out. But yeah, this is where we are right now. You know, it's nothing too fancy, nothing too complex about it. It's just the nature of the beast, and I'm personally okay with that. I've come to terms on where I am. Just being able to know where I want to go is going to take a little bit of effort, but yeah, I mean, to say the least. But you know, from where I was a couple weeks ago to where I am now, I have made it my goal, my full intention to get 1% better every single day. You know, that is my main goal, my main focus, because consistency is something that in the past I wasn't ideal at, but being in sales, being, you know, down in Miami working for, you know, a multi-billionaire at this point in time, you pick up a couple habits. You pick up skills, you pick up mindsets that change the way you approach things, and consistency was definitely one of them. So, between where this idea started from and right now, I have learned a couple things along the way that I would love not to just share with you guys, but just to keep as reference for the future for, myself. And I keep everything kind of tracked down in my journal to see exactly, keep myself on track day to day, see what progresses I made, see exactly what I need to do for the next day, and just keeps me on track overall, getting it out my head and onto something physical. So I would say the first thing that I did learn is to make something out of nothing. And I know that sounds so simple and so vague, but the main point of that is that everyone has an idea, a thought, or a hobby that they know better than anybody else, at least the majority of people. And with that, you can take that idea and run with it. Being able to make what you have, what your hand that you're dealt with, and to build something out of it is what most entrepreneurs are best at. Not all people can, be growing up in a rich family and have access to people and network with people. Everybody's hand is different, So instead of complaining about it or feeling bad for yourself and saying, I don't have access to this stuff, that's cool. At least that's what I'm noticing. Like, I can't, if I sit around thinking about it, complaining about it, nothing's gonna get done. So I took what I had, I took the ideas, concepts, everything that I've done throughout my life, and just built upon it. And for me, that's martial arts, that's tricking, gymnastics, teaching, calisthenics, working out, bodybuilding, all of it. And just being able to run with the idea and see exactly how far I can go. And if I fail, I fail. It's business, it's entrepreneurship, it's what happens. But, I am gonna put 110% of my efforts and my energy into it because it is something that is mine. It's my project. But yeah, take what you have and see where it goes. Meet people like yourself, network. You can't do it alone, so find a team, whether it be friends or business partners, and make what you got out of it. At least that's what I'm doing. But second, I would say commit first and figure the rest out later. This is one of those lessons I've learned while working with a multi-billionaire is you gotta start moving in the right direction. In a direction, not even the right direction, a direction. Pick a goal, commit to that goal. Say, I'm gonna make this happen no matter what. After you commit to it, somehow, some way, when you start taking action, you don't even know where you're going and you just start taking action, some things just start falling into place like dominoes. You just start moving, walking, running, and next thing you know, you bump into somebody who knows something that you don't know. You bump into another person who's working on a project similar to yours. Things just start falling in line for you, but that would never have happened if you weren't already moving. If you were staying still, sitting where you are now and doing absolutely nothing, you can't find anybody. You can't network, connect with individuals who are either A, competent in areas that you are not, or B, moving at a pace that you aren't moving at. And they can just help you pull you forward. So you gotta stick to it. You gotta commit to a goal, start doing little actions, about 1% better every day to get to where you need to be. And somehow, some way, the universe rewards people who take action. And you start meeting individuals, you start doing things, finding things happening for yourself that you probably would never thought of. Probably would never come into if you just didn't know. But it leads me to number 3 for me, which is just doing 1% better every single day. And that comes with me in this notebook. Just tracking down literally every single day what I need to do the next day to get better and push the needle forward. Different tasks, how I'm keeping track of, money, where's it going, how I'm doing things, people I've met, lessons I've learned, just everything that's in my brain throughout the day, I jot it down here. Because A, I want to be able to share with you guys in this docuseries, and B, it just allows me to look back and not forget the path that I'm on, and just make sure that I continue to stay on track and continue to make progress along the way. If I look back and I see I'm on the same step that I was a week ago, 2 days ago, I haven't made any progress, which means I'm not moving the needle forward, which means I'm not taking action. And that's gonna stall what I'm looking to do. And money loves speed, business loves speed, and it's not gonna win it for me. So I wanna make progress, I wanna do what I can, and that includes being consistent, committing to it. And the best way I can do that is just doing 1% better every single day. Last but not least, being impatient with my inputs and patient with my outputs. Now I learned this from Alex Hormozi, which is obviously a big time business individual, but he explained something that processed my mind perfectly. You know, most people, you go in, things can be a quick, get rich quick type of thing, and you're very impatient with your outputs. You're doing a little bit of work, and you're like, where's my reward? Where's my, stimulus or response to let you know that you're doing the right thing? And honestly, his words, not mine. It's not gonna happen for a while, you know, and you have to understand that you have to be patient in terms of knowing that the work that you do today, for the next week, months, half a year, you know, you may not see anything that gives you an idea that you're doing the right thing, but you have to be able to be consistent throughout that. And knowing that eventually that output, the rewards that come along with it, will skyrocket at the time that you least expect it. And so his words were to be impatient with your inputs, meaning cold calls, the action that you're taking, reaching out to people, networking people. Be very impatient with that. Attack it as hard as you can for as long as you can. And eventually, when you least expect it, it will shoot up faster than you ever will think. And so that's the approach I'm taking right now. You know, obviously it's nerve-wracking. Obviously it's not ideal, especially when you're in a tight spot. But if this is something that you really want and you're really committed to, this is a price tag on what it's gonna take. Everything has a price tag. You know, whether you pay today or you pay later on, everything has a price tag. And I'm willing to pay this one right now. But yeah, that's my wrap up for the past couple weeks that I've been on this project. Eventually, I won't say eventually, near the future, the next steps for me right now are, you know, booking a photo shoot with some models to actually wear the clothing that we're working on, being able to make marketing content for myself, for my own personal brand, and just being able to start putting that on the site for the pre-sale coming up, I would say early October, if not the 31st, just so people can start getting their hands on it, and we can just start getting revenue coming in as soon as possible. So yeah, that is my take for this. I'm happy you guys are able to experience this with me. I'm happy I'm able to just share it. So hopefully you get to see me along this journey, but by the time you see this, most likely it would be later on. Hopefully we'll be in a different position. Ideally, I'd be in a different position, but you know, I'm excited just to even share this and, you know, get this thing started. So if you want to see more, definitely subscribe to the channel, like, so that the algorithm can share this with more people who are starting their journey, anyone's like me. Most importantly, you know, share this with any individual like yourself who finds this, who's either looking to start a business or who's looking to just do more, you know, to expand, whether it be fitness-wise, mentally, anything about that. I'm a big fan. I'm a big component of it. I'm a big nerd about it. So share this with them, and then I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.